Okay, sometimes I look at different situations in this world, and um, I haven't been one to really be too open on every little belief I have about different topics. But this one can kind of hit the fan a little bit if you don't notice different social themes that people go through while they're going through life. Um, there's many different social things people go through, and I can't name every single thing, but for me personally, this could even hit the fan just because um, people are different and they have different things. Okay, what I'm addressing is the LGBT plus issues without being a fool about things. I want people to be smart. I don't want them to be fools and literal wicked people. Like, what I mean by wickedness is merciless. Merciless, absolutely. Like, if you're working with an Alzheimer's or dementia patient, or you're talking to someone and their grandparent has Alzheimer's or dementia, do you go and beat that person up? Absolutely no. Wicked people do that. Very, very wicked people do that. Okay. So, all right. Now, would you give in to everything that a Alzheimer's dementia patient does and says? Do you believe everything they say? No. Okay. Do you, or like, what if it's the child of an Alzheimer's dementia? Do you always believe every single person that ever has, no. Any condition? No. Even their own children? No. You don't trust, you, in general, don't trust man. Okay. Don't be a fool about things. Um, I'm not saying you need an Ivy League degree to figure these things out. These things are already illustrated in the Bible in various ways. They're illustrated in history lessons in various ways as well. And I know about World War II history, and I know how the Holocaust Memorial Museum addresses these LGBT plus issues. And they do address the idea that they don't offer enough sexual topics in education in more right-leaning places. In some ways I agree, in some ways I disagree, because some of it is encouraging like destructive behavior, destructive relationships, not conductive for anything. So it depends on what you're talking about. Anyway, um, all right, let's start. The first thing to think about is like childhood issues. Sometimes people go through phases during childhood. Um, a close friend this way or that way, and they believe this or that. Under age 12 is a little different than, or like the before they're even a preteen, then they're the preteen, and then they're the teenager. The teenage issues are a little bit different, honestly, because teenagers have the adult body, and they have adult-like behaviors. People think that they're adults, and they're not really. So, but under age 12, I would say, they can go through different things. Okay. And it's not really truly permanent, so you really can't fully believe everything. Um, but they're still a child. They have more things to learn about than just folly. Okay. Um, if there is a severe abuse case, then there is a severe abuse case. It doesn't matter if it's a colorful flag person or promoter, or it could be the other way around. There could be an abuse case on a person that has they're just friends and they're just talking a lot, and someone wanted to beat them up just because it's two girls or something, or two males or something, and all they're doing is just talking. They're not doing anything. I mean, there could be a severe abuse case. I haven't heard of it, but it could happen. Okay. Okay. And I've heard of people that they just give up, and there's teenagers on the street because of abuse in colorful flag whirlwinds. I don't know everybody. I don't know every situation. And I don't live in a big city right now. Anyway, So some people are just friends. They are not doing anything. They're just friends, okay? I mean, they're just talking. Two people on a park bench. There's a lot of different strangers out there. Extreme homophobia can create suspicious fears of just general people in public. Okay? I'm like, it's just obvious. Those are just friends. Okay. And socially, in different cultures, there have been different ways that people interacted based on hugs and kisses and stuff. So, I don't know. Okay. Or what if it's just close relatives? Same thing. You know, we don't know everybody in public. Maybe you do. Maybe you don't. I don't know. People interact differently with one another in different ways. Um, okay. Okay. Um, so then what about like a sleep? Maybe there was like a time where two people were laying down and they were sleeping and it was a sleepover somewhere and it was just like, okay, way back when you were a teenager, they had band camp and males to one side, females to one side. Whatever, it's just sleeping. Okay, whatever. Okay. Um, there's a general need to bond no matter who you are and where you are in life. It's a community need. When you feel completely out of it, out of in an isolated, we live in an isolated world as it is. There's an internal need to bond, one way or another. Okay, it seems to be in there no matter what we do. It doesn't matter your theology in general. If you're a friendly person, you get along, that's great. You don't, and that's going to be tough. So there's a general internal social need to bond, and it can go various ways. It's not being sexualized, it's just bonding. And okay, so I'm going to use my hands as an illustration. Sexualized is like the full body, okay? Bonding is just, you just hugs and kisses here, there. You're not really doing anything with the full body, okay? This is nothing, and you can go, like if these are all, we just do separate individual people go from like this. They don't do full body, they just go like this, okay? And that's not going to spread any diseases, you know? It's just kind of like, okay. That's just hug, 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 hug. A little kiss, hugs it. Okay. Whatever. Okay. Male, female, whatever. Those are just bonding traits. I don't know every cultural element, but there's a general need to bond. Okay. Support for others isn't new, of the same gender. That is not new. Um, my husband and I both worked in healthcare, and he would kind of cry over a patient, even if they were a male. And I'm like, that's not anything scary to me, because I'm like, that's a nice person, and he thought he was friendly. Okay, that doesn't make him a bisexual person or something. It just means that he is a supportive male, a male that supports another male. Okay, that's very normal. Okay, it's obviously that's just the way it is. Okay. And same with females. If I hear about another female and they're the same height and weight as myself, which I have somewhat of a, I'm not a large frame person. Okay, I'm not like, you can see that I don't have my, you know. Okay. Um, I'm not decorated right now, but anyway, I hear about some teenage girls and college girls that get in some trouble, and we have to support one another. You can't just walk away, okay? You have to support people. Support is not new, okay? If they're of the same gender, whatever, we need to support one another, and it's an absolute must, okay? Jesus himself, he was sinless. He loved males and females, plural. He loved, the disciples in different ways. He loved he was close friends with males, like, let's see, Lazarus or something like that. Um, yeah, love for his brothers or whatever, half brothers, whatever they were. He was not a sinner like us, okay? And he loved females too. The Mary and Martha or something, they were females. You know, he would heal women, okay? He would support women in various ways. He talked to the woman at the well. So he loved males and females, plural. We need to be just like him. This isn't sexualized. It's just like this. You give a hug, give a hug, give a hug, give a hug. Hug, kiss, hug, 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 kiss, hug, whatever. And then you go to the next person. This is nothing full body, nothing sexualized. It's just support, okay? Just support, okay? And same thing with Paul after he became converted. He was Saul and he was vicious. He would have been a LGBT plus phobic extremist before he was Saul before he became Paul. That means that he would have persecuted people that were repenting and wanting to live like Jesus, and Jesus loved males and females. So Saul was the full homophobic. Not the Paul. The Paul loved males and females, plural. He said to greet people with the holy kiss. Okay? Whatever that means, whether it's a full cultural thing, they have different side hugs, side kisses on the cheeks. I don't know. They had different cultural, even face to face. I don't know. It's more of a greeting, not a, okay, okay. I'm not going to describe all of that. There's other people that know how to describe that. Okay. Um, but yeah, definitely a support. He said that people need support, and he wanted to promote this brotherly love and sisterly love and things like that. That doesn't make people automatically free from homophobia, but it doesn't automatically make them homophobic or LGBT plus phobic. It's a big social whirlwind out there. And when people get things confused and mix the Bible up to make it say what it doesn't say and make it not say what it does say, there's a lot of that. You get confused. And I know celebs do things, and I know that the Holocaust Memorial Museum has its perspective. And I agree that people misinterpreted the Bible in World War II topics. Absolutely. 100%. No doubt in my mind about that. There's no way I can't even go near the evil of that World War II topic stuff. And it's so hideous. And the way the people in Ukraine right now are going through things, I mean, like, really. Do you know the most homophobic people are actually anti-Israel people, if you really look into it? And you know what religion does that. You can figure it out on your own. But anyway. So. Brotherly love and sisterly love is a part of the gospel. If you aren't practicing it, get into it. I know that there's dirt stuff on the internet. I'm not going to sit here and say there's not. And how you perceive that is up to you. But Jesus is a balancer, and he taught us how to work with sin issues. Okay. And he did it perfectly. Okay. And we need to reach out to more people. Yes, even the Jewish people who were persecuted in World War II, and like I say in the topics of World War II topic, Holocaust Memorial Museum, I've heard of Jewish people that became believer in Jesus, had nice looking features and face. I'm not going to mention the name, but they become a believer. They realize that lust is the sin that creates the problems. It never was Jesus in the whole time. It never was Yeshua, Hebrew. He was fully Hebrew. Yeah. It was always lust. Okay. In the sin. Okay. That's all I'm going to say. Bye.